Okay, good morning, everybody. I'm Vince Meza. This is Listings to Leads, and today we want to talk about how to get listings with our platform. I do want to just briefly state that we can help you get buyer leads. We have awesome social media content. Some of it is automated. We have software for ads for Facebook and Instagram and Google. You can run ads on these platforms in a couple clicks. We have great print tools. We have PDF guides, and we have unlimited landing pages. And when it comes to getting listings, almost all of those things that I just listed are going to be relevant in the topic. So if you're new to us, thanks for joining us and thanks for getting on this call. If you haven't figured it out yet, there is a lot inside of Listings to Leads. There's a lot of tools, and you will get the most out of our platform if you're using more of the tools. Some agents sign up. I don't know, they hear about us somewhere and they sign up, and then they maybe turn on a couple things and get their photograph in, and then they forget that they ever signed up. And all this really does is charge them $60 a month. There are other agents that will invest a lot of time and really learn the kinds of tools that are here and start to use them consistently in their business, and then their business grows. So I'm hoping most of you are going to follow that second path. And to that, I want to remind everybody, I don't know how you found this call here today, but we do live training every week. I do top tools for more listings. I do a call for lenders, and I do get started in Facebook and Google ads. And this class here is top tools for more listings, but actually Facebook and Google is a really big part of it. So you want to catch some of those. Now, these are our live classes. You can sign up on leadgenwebinars.com. If somebody asks me a question, I can respond. I'll give that to you. I'll give you this link. But every call, including this one, is being recorded. And this is our YouTube channel. And I definitely recommend that you watch these. And speaking to this particular call, which is top tools for more listings, you'll see that I did one 13 days ago, right? And it talks about home value ads. You can see at the cover, it says top tools for more listings, and underneath it says home value ads. And then if you look back for top tools for more listings previously, you can see it's PDF guides, right? And that's because while I sound like a robot, I don't actually say the exact same things every time I get on a call. Sometimes we have new tools. Sometimes I'm getting a lot of questions from agents because I talk to so many people, and I can tell what the questions are. And sometimes it's just good learning information to go through that kind of discussion. So this one is how to get seller leads with phone numbers, right? And I think that's actually a pretty good one because there were some mistakes that agents were making and they were bringing them into our mastermind group and asking questions. So I really address those questions right there. The point is, I think most realtors are going to want more listings starting July 1st, if not sooner. And you want to watch a few of these top tools to get listings as you're going, not just one, not just this call. You really want to understand what you can do here. And let me stop the disruptions. So this is where everything is recorded. It's our group here, our channel on YouTube, and definitely check that out. So you can sign up for live classes here on Lead Gen Webinars. And then, as I mentioned, we have a mastermind group. You can join the mastermind group by asking our support team to get you in there. And it's a place where Scott and I talk about what's going on, what we're pushing, what new technology is coming. It's also a place where our clients ask questions, right? Where they say, hey, this is what I'm doing. Somebody has a question here about retargeting, right? A lot of these questions get answered on calls just like this. And here's a guy, Ben, who said, hey, I just want to give an update. I ran an ad and I got 50 leads. 8 of them said they're buying in 1 to 3 months, a few 3 to 12 months. So yeah, that's the kind of thing that can happen with just Facebook ads, right? So anyway, this is our mastermind group. Ask the support team to get you in the group, and let's get into the platform. So let's see here. When it comes to getting listings, I want you all to know this right up front. There are multiple ways to get listings, right? Facebook ads, Google ads, your CRM. So if you've got leads in your CRM, you want to use some tools there, and print tools. Okay. That's really like the four areas that you got to think of. A lot of agents just figure out one way, and that's cool, but you want to look at it this way. Well, to me, the real estate industry, it's going to get more competitive because I think people are going to realize not everybody is sure of what compensation will be for buyer's agents. So they will all migrate to trying to be listing agents. And so some agents will be doing one thing, right? They'll think, oh, this is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do that one thing. That's going to get me leads and I'm going to have business. And you might be one of those agents looking for one thing. But the people I think who will be most successful are the people that have multiple strategies of pulling listing leads that can convert into contracts. So we definitely want to know what are the different channels, and right. So one of the areas, I'm just going to go through this very briefly so that you get a sense, and we're going to drive down to the details, is using your listings to get more listings. Okay. There's a couple ways to do this. If we click on any listing, I'm going to pick one here that's just listed. And even though we're diving into it, I'm not actually going to give you just the highlights. You want to use the seller's social media tool. We email this to you automatically. In the beginning, it's just talking about you and your office being the realtor. When you do the open house, you have another one. If the listing goes pending or under contract, we give you another one. And then when it's sold, we give you one and it says, hey, our home just sold and we want to recommend you at your office for doing a great job. This is meant for the sellers. So if you like leads that are more like referrals, don't ignore these tools. Okay. Another tool in here is the nearby homeowner letter. We're going to come back to it, but this is the number one tool for capturing listing leads that turn into listing contracts. This call is going to be about an hour long, and I'm going to show you a lot of ways to get listing leads. The highest quality listing leads come from this piece of paper. Okay. Not from Facebook. And I don't even think from Google. They come from this piece of paper. And then we've got postcards. And if you've got a property that's sold, you definitely want to use our sold postcards, maybe our sold door hanger. Let's go down to ads. And when we look at ads, there are two avenues, right? There's Facebook and Instagram ads, and then there's Google ads. And in the past, I always held Google aside, like it's more expensive. Those leads are more expensive. And so I really would only really bring that up for more seasoned realtors who know that they have the budget, one, to afford those leads on Google, and know that there's a certain investment that you have to make to get each listing. And so that's really how I look at Google. It's the number one website in the country, and that's great. You need it. You need to have it. But now, because the landscape is shifting in the realtor market, I think everybody that's wants to be standing, but needs to get their arms around Google. But the Facebook software comes right with it. So just again, high level, running ads on under contract properties and on sold properties, we'll look at how to do that, is a very inexpensive way of getting listing leads. Running a landing page ad on home values is something that a lot of agents like to do. And a lot of agents waste money because they don't know what they're doing and they don't realize that the targeting is close to useless on Facebook. We're going to talk about that. And then there are PDF guides. So you can run ads on PDF guides, and 40 of these PDF guides are for homeowners. So you have tools, even if you don't have listings, to go out there and engage homeowners, right? Why is this taking so long? And then there are landing pages. Okay. And landing pages, the obvious one is what your home worth, right? And when you log in, you actually get 3 landing pages, and you see this free home values one. You get a free home value, you get a down payer assistant, and you get new construction. Now, Scott went and changed that. And so yours don't look like that. When you get a free home valuation page, it looks, let's see if I can pull it up here, like this. And it's got that background picture, and I don't know where you're sitting, like where you are in the country, or even if you're in the US, but if that background picture doesn't look like your area, it might not be very helpful for you. But we integrate it with so many of your tools that's a factor. So you want to be aware of that. You can make more landing pages, and we'll come back to that, right? Actually, since we're here, let's get into it right now. We are on landing pages, and you want to know this. You get unlimited landing pages. Property Valuation Plus is the tool that gives instant home value. Okay. And you can also, there is a nearby home sold that will get seller leads. It's just not quite the same sort of a story, right? We also have a landing page for FISBOs. If you've got a farm market, and I was talking to a realtor this morning in a place called Marietta and out by in Georgia, and like Marietta was where he lived, and he wants to have more of his business there, but he does business in adjacent towns too. So you want to have kind of a landing page that meets the needs of the different kinds of people in the area. Maybe you need a landing page for expired listings in Marietta. Maybe you need a landing page for FISBOs in Marietta. And once you create these, as you're finding these people, maybe you're paying for a list, you can send them out. But you definitely need a property valuation plus for every town that you are focused on, right? And I'm going to do Alamo. Alamo is a little town by me. Okay. And click create landing page. And each of you should do this at least for your number one farm market and probably for 3 or 4 or 5 farm markets, wherever you want them. I saw somebody go out and do an ad on a county. Let me pull that up. Let me pull it up. Give me a second here. I'm going to pause my screen. Can I do that? Yeah, pause sharing. Give me a second. I'm going to pull up something. I have a report and sometimes I talk about it, but I think it's good to look at it right now. Give me a second to pull this up. One of our agents, because you can make unlimited landing pages, right? And so one of our clients decided, okay, I'm going to make a landing page on a county, right? And I want you guys to be aware of that kind of concept, right? That you certainly can do that, right? But let's see here. But I want to advise against that. Have that kind of idea that I don't want to make a landing page for every one of the towns that I work in. Because I work in, like this guy I talked to this morning. He said he speaks with, let's see. Yeah, sorry. I hit the wrong button. I want to show you a report every Monday and it says, hey, here are the top pages that are capturing listing leads. And these are the landing pages that we just created. So give me a second. I'm trying to get my screen to share here. And I need more coffee. I think I should have started more coffee here today. And what's the problem here? There we go. Okay. So this is the landing page for the last 7 days, right? So for the last 7 days, these are the top leads. So this one here, I'll just show you, is this is by one of our assist sell clients. And on the back of his landing page, he's got a picture of the neighborhood, right? And he keeps running ads on this every week. So he's always at the top of our list. 50 leads in the last 30 days. Okay. And also, let's look at this one. Is it Stephanie Visconti? Let's look at here what her landing page looks like. And she's got 9 leads in 7 days. Okay. So if we look at that, and also, here we go. Find out what your costs. Yeah. And so hers, yeah, this is the one. It's Stark County. I don't know where Stark County is. And Stark County, normally, from my perspective, counties are big areas with many towns in them. And the reason why I don't really advise on county-wide forms is, I don't know, wherever you live, do all the homes sell at the same price in your county, right? I'll show you my county. I live in a county called Contra Costa County. And I don't know how many people are here. There's a fair amount, but in my little town, there's 25,000 people. But I would guess what we're seeing in this map here, not including San Francisco, this is all kind of Contra Costa County here. There's probably at least 500,000, maybe 1 million people. But the more important deal when it comes to real estate is the price swing in this county. Up here, these homes can cost 300, 400 grand, right? Here, you can't get in anything under 1 million. And over here, you can easily be spending 4, 10, 20 million on a single home. So if you're talking to me about this county, I don't care because I invested 400 grand up here and I want the most amount of money for that. I want the expert on that town. I want the expert in this town, right? I don't want, if you're an expert in a county, I don't buy that. And I think you want to be concerned about that. I know there's a couple of counties, Broward County, Bucks County. People have tried this. I just don't see them getting great results. She's got 9 leads in 7 days. Let's go look at Austin, see what he's doing. He's in Calgary. And this guy in Canada, he's got 25 leads in the past 30 days. I know that he is constantly working that. And then over here, we got somebody from in Hawaii, and they're running landing page. So what we had started on is how we're actually capturing leads. Now, let's talk about this because let's talk about the difference here. This one here, you add the address and you click get value. And then it's going to ask for your email address to give the value. Okay, that's how that works. This one, you drop in your address, then it asks for your email. But this guy here, he's asking for name, phone number, and email. Now, you can require these, but I will tell you this. If you require a phone number and you ask somebody to type it in just like this, you often not get a lot of results. So the fact that he is actually getting results in Hawaii is impressive to me. Honestly, it's impressive and a little bit. Okay, so it's showing up here. So he's got it sitting on his Facebook page and maybe he's boosting this. Maybe he's boosting that, right? So for some reason, I can't scroll down on this Facebook page, but it's a strange one because he's got 0 followers. So I don't know how he's getting people to this, but anyway, it's sitting on his Facebook business page there, but he's got 17 leads. So we can't kick it too much, but let's go over here. Let's get back to the system where we were, and we're creating a home valuation landing page. And when you create it, it looks like this. And I highly recommend that you put a picture in the background that looks like something like that neighborhood. And I don't recommend putting a picture of a home from the neighborhood because not all homes are alike. Some homes are more expensive and we have some stock images. I'm just going to snap one in there. Yeah, none of this. I wouldn't be putting any of these in there. I know they look like real estate pages. They look like the kind of stuff in real estate marketing. What really works well is what's a landmark, right? What is a landmark in your area? I'm just going to choose this one so we can get out of here. And a landmark can be a restaurant. It could be a bridge. It could be a park, a central kind of park. And something where everybody knows, right? That's what you want in the back of this landing page. Because what you're going to be doing is you're going to be getting it out on social media, maybe through Google, maybe through print, maybe blasting it out in your CRM. And you're going to be saying, hey, can I have your address and your phone number and email address? And you don't know who I am, right? So a picture can actually show people that you know their area. Let me give you an example. Years ago, I set up Coldwell Banker Summit in Summit, New Jersey. And when I do those offices and teams, I do a call like this to help the agents. We do a rollout call. And about a month after I did that rollout, the owner called me. He said, Vince, we're getting all kinds of leads. And our number one home valuation landing page is the one with the Summit Diner in the back, right? Summit, New Jersey has about 22,000 people. It's a small town, but this is the old converted railroad car. And you can get your greasy bacon and eggs there. And you know this story, right? But if Summit Diner, Summit, New Jersey is really what I'm trying to make. What is it that you can show in your area that tells people, I know Alamo, or I know whatever town I'm trying to go get, right? Maybe it's a cool restaurant, right? You don't have to you can change it. You can change it up. Maybe it's a park. Maybe it's a stadium. Maybe it's a mall. I've seen people have these outlet malls, right? So okay, that's the area. So now that we have this made, how do we get it out? Under advanced options is print marketing. And there is a near home sold. There's a sold, and you can nearby home sold report, and you can download it here. Let's just look at it real quick. It's a piece of paper if you don't have listings. Okay. And you can edit it first. You can say, hey, you know what, 50 homes sold in Alamo last month, and the high was this. And let's see if I can get that. And that means the average is about here. So it's going to have the picture that you uploaded, and it's going to say, go get your free home value. That affects your home value. And then there's this here with your client reviews. So all your reviews are here, and then your branding's down here, right? So this is a great letter to get out to homeowners. How do you get it out to homeowners? We have an easy way of doing that. Okay. If you have a connection with Express Copy, they're a printer that we found that will take the letter and download it and fold it and mail it to homeowners with more than 6 years equity. Okay. And that is a mouthful, but that is what you want to be doing with any print tools if you want more listings. If you're using our print tools, you definitely want to be doing that. Let's see how you can do it. You can say, hey, Express Copy, they basically have a whole database of every homeowner in the country. And this says, hey, in a 1 or 2 mile radius, this to people that own a single family home for more than 6 years, 100 pieces. Boom. You see how quick it is to decide how many mile radius and click submit order. It's that fast. Now it does cost $185 for 100 pieces, but that's pretty good value considering you're saving yourself a lot of time. We also have postcards and door hangers. Me personally, postcards don't even get in my home because I sort my mail on the street before it even gets in my house. But there are other people this works. We've actually had clients come in just recently and say, every time we mail 100 of these, we get a listing. Now, I want to point out QR codes. Normally, I would tell you, I've told a lot of people in the past, don't use QR codes when you're trying to get people to a home value, right? But I'll tell you, the whole COVID thing, that's when Americans really started to use QR codes, because we've had QR codes for 12 years, and I could see the national statistics on it, and we could see our own statistics on it. People would use a QR code once or twice in their entire life and never do it again. The phone data can tell you that. However, so when I learned that, I'm like, I'm not going to send what's the average median age of a homeowner is at least 50. And what are their eyes like, right? Are they going to be scanning with their phone to go get their home value? In the past, they tell you no, but I have a lot of clients telling me, yes, they are scanning that. And that's why we embed the QR code right there. They are scanning to get their instant home value right on their phone. So you've got that inside the advanced options. You got these print tools, you got door hangers, right? There's also, you can turn on auto posting. So it would just start auto posting to your social media accounts. And I think there's an e-flyer, and the e-flyer is a flyer for that. And it's going to have a link to get to that landing page. Okay. So if you got a bunch of leads and you see the words e-flyers, that means you can copy this down here and go paste it and blast it in your CRM. And then they click on these pictures, or they click on the link up above, and that's going to drive them to a page where they can get their free home value. If you're sitting on more than 200 leads, you got to get an e-flyer out. Any e-flyer is always going to have a link on how to get your home value once a week, because you're capturing leads because they responded to you somewhere at some point. So you know that they were interested in real estate. They just maybe aren't ready to talk to you. And that sort of helps them engage and get the value of their home. So we've been focused on how to create landing pages there. Let's jump up to ads, and let's talk about Facebook ads. Because now that you have a landing page, a lot of agents are like, yeah, I want to get an ad out. I want to get it on Facebook, right? They've heard people do this. And the reason why I want to discuss this is it is a great way for realtors to waste and lose their money and time. Okay. And I'm going to show you why right now. And I'm going to talk about, again, what used to be advanced is now going to become mainstream. So I'm glad you're hearing this call. The reason why I think it's going to be mainstream is it's going to be more competitive to get listings, and you need to be very competitive. Okay? So let's talk about how most agents would create a landing page ad, and they would do the free home value one with that generic sidewalk, suburban driveway thing I was showing you, but we just created an Alamo one. So let's go do Alamo. And I'm going to type in this zip code so that we'll pull up some data on what happened. We'll automatically pull up data in the ad. So let's click create ad. Now, the assumption is you've connected your Facebook account before you can do any of this, right? And so here, it won't be sponsored by the best listing. It'll be sponsored by you, the rockstar realtor of your business page, whatever that's called. Sponsored by you, right? And it's going to charge your credit card $50 for 7 days. And an ad like this, which says click here to get your free home value, Facebook sets the price on the lead. Okay. And this is confusing. So try to focus on this one. When you run an ad like this, these leads cost around $15 each. Okay. So if you're running a $50 ad, which is our default setting, you can expect, if you divide 15 into 50, 3 leads, you'll have $5 left over, right, at the end of the week. So that's how the price per lead, every time you get a lead, they chew off, you're paying for that lead around $15, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. And this is how most agents think you need to do this. You type in the name of the town, right? And now there's a 15-mile radius. And this is the first thing. This is the biggest reason why this is a big waste of money. Okay. But this is how agents do it because they don't take these classes and they don't know what the heck is going on. Click publish and there it's off and running. So this will be seen probably 1,000 to 2,000 people for $50 over a 7-day period. And as people click on the ad and give me their contact information, I'll be giving up $15 of that 50 every time. Okay. So why would this not work? Why is that a problem? Let's go see this in maps real quick. So Alamo in that picture of that map was actually let's go look at it here. It's in this map right over here. So you see this town right here? I'm circling my little mouse. That's Alamo. It's tiny. It's a tiny guy. It's probably 3 by 5 miles. There's nothing for sale in that town under $2 million. It's pretty. Let me tell you, it's just pretty. It's big. And for Northern California to have a big lot, you're going to pay in the Bay Area. You're going to pay. And that's what it is. It's just how it is. But if I wanted to target that area, because all those homes are very expensive, you would think, hey, let's go run an ad and target on Alamo like this, right? Boom. But what's the problem? The problem is what I'm showing you on this map. That ad is going to show in a 15-mile radius. That means all these people here are going to see this ad when I'm really only targeting about, I don't know, this small town with probably 3,000 homes, right? That's probably the number one reason why people waste their money on Facebook. And they don't know why, because they hear, oh, Facebook is awesome. And all these people, I keep getting leads. And then the agent comes in and tries it. And they're like, I got 0. What's going on? Or I got 1 lead. And that kind of throws people off. People don't understand the cost per lead. And that's a big deal. With this $50 ad, you are only going to get 3 leads with name, email, and phone, right? And let's think about that. Let's think about online leads. Does anybody here have an idea of what the conversion rate of any online lead from the internet? It is about 1 to 3%. Okay. So if it's 1%, you need 100 leads to convert 1, right? But this ad is going to get you 3 leads. So I want you to understand that, because I don't want you to be walking around with some sort of false assumption in your head. You're not getting a lot of leads like this. And in this particular ad, you're not going to get very many good leads at all. So how do we correct that? How do we make Facebook work for us if I want listings? And this is really important. Right here is a button that says create audience. If you don't have this button, it's because you have not accepted terms down here in this section. And you want to make sure you've turned everything until you see that blue button that says create audience. And what happens when you do that? You can type in Alamo homeowners. What does that mean? That's going to create a list in your private Facebook account, in your ad manager. It will be with you even if you stop working with us. And it will be an audience of homeowners. Where are you going to get? How do you find that? From companies like Redx, Remind.com, although I've heard Remind's having some, I don't know, major problem. be viable for much longer. But ListSource is a viable company owned by CoreLogic. And I have been told that they'll get you pretty inexpensive leads. And a lot of lenders and title folks have resources to get you a list of homeowners who have equity. That's what you want. Okay. You want to buy a list of people that own their homes for more than 5 or 6 years. And we give you the details here. So you got to pay attention. They need to be 1,000 leads long. Okay. And that means, so what if you're in an area, maybe you've got a neighborhood that you want to develop and there's only 700 people there, right? Your list is 700 people long. What do? You go find another 300 people that are close to that area and you put it in there, because the list will not work if it's under 1,000 leads. Okay. So it's got to be 1,000 names long. And this is also very important. We should have this like in big Las Vegas shining stuff. If your spreadsheet does not look exactly like this, where it doesn't say email on top, number, first name, last name, it won't work. So make sure when you buy that list, it's probably got 20 columns of data. Save it. So you have all that data, and then delete everything out on a new copy so that you only have those 4 columns. Okay. And then you're going to upload it. It's going to click import, and we're going to import it into your Facebook account. And then that's where you want to be, because now if you say, okay, now I've got that because I bought that from CoreLogic, or I got that from my title partner. Now I'm going to go run an ad on Alamo Homes for Sale or Alamo Home Value. And I'm going to type in the zip code because I want to get those stats and click create an ad. And here's the difference. And this is a big deal. And really pay attention. We're not going to type in Alamo up here. I'm going to type it just to show you another big mistake that people make. Alamo. You go down here where it says retarget current leads, and it says custom audiences. So I don't have one. I don't have a list made up for Alamo, but if I did, it would say Alamo homeowners. And when I click on it and I highlight it, like this tells Facebook, show this ad to the people on this list. And that's it. If they're on Facebook in these 7 days, show this ad to them. If you're using an audience like this, deselect this area here. If you're running a home valuation landing page ad like this, I highly recommend you only do it with a custom audience, because Facebook is not going to allow you to target. You saw my problem, right? Alamo is in the middle of a large county. So this is how you get your money's worth from a Facebook ad. It does seem like a lot of hoops to jump through, but I'll tell you, Facebook leads are a lot cheaper than Google leads. So let's go talk about Facebook a little bit more. So that's a $15 a lead ad. Let's go to PDF guides. I don't know if you know that you have PDF guides in all of your accounts, 80 of them. You're branded on every page. There are 40 of these for home buyers and 40 of these for home sellers. So let's let that bake a little bit. If you click on seller guides, you can say, hey, I want to run an ad on, let's see what we have here. 5 dangers of overpricing. That's probably relevant, right? So click create ad. Leave it on lead ads. This is important. Lead ads means that the lead, when they click on the ad, is pre-populated. The lead is pre-populated from the profile, grabs their name, phone number, and email from their profile and puts it in. So nobody's typing anything in. That's frankly awesome. Okay. Now, this does not talk about a specific area, right? So you could type in Alamo and 15-mile radius, because it's not saying, hey, danger of overpricing in Alamo. It's just saying don't overprice. So this could go out further, because I might drive 15 miles for business. So then that's okay. That's going to work for you. But let's just say, like the gentleman I was talking to today, I really just want my business in Alamo. Again, you can create a custom audience for Alamo homeowners and then type in the name of that audience, and you targeting those people. You don't have to. I'm just explaining to you the nuance of it. You can, because this is not talking about a specific area, you could just go 15-mile radius of your core area. But if you just want to make sure like 90% of your business is in one town, you might want to just keep hitting these people up with your custom audience. Okay. So I don't know if you're writing any of this down. And that reminds me, these leads, when you run a PDF guide ad, are $10 each. So you remember the landing page ad, they were $15 each. And these are average prices. So the same $50 will get you 50 leads. Or sorry, I, 5 leads. 10 into 50 is 5. So let me have a sip of coffee and pause right now. Right under, I've got a little go-to meeting navigation bar. I think you all should have it. I have a little button that says more, and there are 3 dots on it. I ask you to click that and click on materials. And you can open that up and you're going to notice that there are 3 checklists. And actually, you need to download 2 of them. You need to download Facebook and Google ads, and you need to download top tools for more listings. And once says top tools checklist, that's the older version. I'm going to get that out of there. But those 2 are the ones that you want, because top tools and more listings is actually the outline of what I'm talking about right now. And the Facebook and Google ads, there's a breakout of here's how you get buyer leads and here's how you get seller leads. We're going to be talking about that, but you should print these and leave them on your desk so that you have a visual cue to keep doing things that get you more listings, right? We're just talking about PDF guides on Facebook, and PDF guide leads cost about $10 each. Okay. I didn't get that sip of coffee, so let me go back. I'm clicking on create Facebook ad. And if you create a listing ad, now if you create a listing ad for a home that's for sale, you're going to get buyer leads. Just listed, open house, you're going to get buyer leads, right? But if you run an ad on a home that is sold or pending or under contract, you're going to get seller leads. So let's just do it real quick on a sold property. We're leaving it on lead ads because we want the phone number pre-populated. And so you do this and it says, hey, that home is sold in Granite Bay. You can see there's a 15-mile radius. Again, I think that's okay. If you want, you can target it with a custom audience. I think it's okay. When you run an ad like this and it says this home is sold, it affects your home value. These leads cost about $7 each. Okay. On average. That means you're going to expect about 7 leads in 7-day period. And you're going to get name, email, and phone number, right? I do recommend sometimes making some adjustments here. If you click in the box here, you can customize it. You can say, hey, we got 7 offers sold above asking, right? Whatever, 5K above asking, right? Six buyers sold it. This kind of thing will get people to slow down. Because remember, this is showing up on Facebook where people are scrolling through it all day, or on Instagram where that's all they do is just scroll. You want to give them something to reason why they're going to slow down. You got 7 offers, you sold it in 5 days, whatever. These things actually will slow people down. You publish, you get leads. Now you could use a custom audience, right? But it's okay to do it like this. Let's do one more. So we now know that running a sold ad, those leads are going to cost $7 each on average. What a lot of people don't know, and I think honestly only our clients know, and it's only the few folks like you who jump on a call with me. When you run on a home that is pending or under contract, your colleagues, your other agents, your competitors are not doing this because they don't know that they can do this. And without that competition, the cost of these leads is minuscule. So when you run an ad on a property that is pending or sold, these leads cost around $2.50, even less. Okay. Even less money. And so if you run a $50 ad and they're charging $2.50 a lead, you're going to get 20 leads instead of 3 when you run a home valuation ad. Again, you can target a particular area or you can target a radius. You make that decision. I will show you something else that's pretty cool when it comes to Facebook. When you're talking about a property, you can always click on change image, this button over here. And we usually have multiple images of your listing here. And so you can actually say, okay, I want to choose a few images, and you can choose up to 5, I think, and click insert. And that makes this ad have this kind of functionality here where I can click through and look more and find out. This is going to make the ad a little more powerful. You can also, in that same area, I can't do it twice. You could upload a video. Now, I know not all of you are into video work, but if you are doing video, maybe you use your smartphone and you stand in front of the house and you say, we just sold it and it's awesome. And this is about the neighborhood. And I sell all kinds of homes in this neighborhood. If you're doing that kind of thing, upload the video and it will replace those static images. And your home, your lead, your ad will outperform all other ads because video, any ad with video always outperform. Also, the cost of your lead is going to drop even more. Okay. And so that just helps. This is often, but I was wondering, I have a question here. So guys, I'm just going to answer this real quick. I was wondering how long it takes for an ad to go active on Facebook when you do one for open house. Usually about 1 to 2 hours, Sarah, to get your ad. So when you click here, guys, you decide how you're going to make it. You click publish. Facebook is going to look at the ad and then they're going to approve it. They'll email you when they approve it. I've seen it get approved in less than 5 minutes. It just depends, but usually 1 to 2 hours. So regarding Facebook, you can run, to get listings, you can run pending and under contract ads. You're going to get leads for about $2.50. You can run sold ads. You're going to get leads for around $7. You can run PDF guide ads, and those leads are going to cost you $10. And then you can run a home valuation, get your home value page, and those leads are going to cost you around $12 to $15. That's just on Facebook. Okay. Let's go talk about Google. First of all, Google is an upsell, and you really want to use Google to get listings. I don't really recommend trying to get buyers. I recommend Facebook for buyers. But you can run a landing page ad, and you can run a PDF guide ad. And it's a lot simpler. So let's just do Alamo again and click create ad. And you know that we created the landing page. So let's click and see, how does this even work, right? You type in the name of the town. A lot of the functionality that Facebook has, Google doesn't have. To use this software, now I don't know if you've ever run an ad on Google. Let me tell you, it's hideous. It is a really hard thing to do. Most agents can't do it. They can't figure it out. But because we have their software, we make it very easy. So all you have to do is choose the tool that you want to market and type in the city that you want, like I did, Alamo. And I'm pointing to the Alamo home value page and click publish. That's it. Very easy. You get a 30-day free trial with this. When you feel like you're comfortable with Facebook, you should absolutely be using this. Okay. And let's click. You don't have to do this, but I'm going to click view link so we can see what's going on. We're driving to that landing page we created earlier, right? That makes sense. Okay. So the way it works is, this is deeper dive. This is responding to the keyword search. So if somebody types in home valuation, home value, calculator, whatever, any of these words, this ad's going to show up. And so if they're asking a question like this and you're offering an answer like this and they click on it and they land here, you got a pretty good chance of capturing the lead, right? So let's walk through what that actually means. You type in an address. This is really important. I know it's sounding like I'm going to upsell you. I am, but I'm going to explain to you why. Click get the value estimate. Okay. When I click this button, you, the agent, are going to get my address. You're going to know the landing page that I'm looking at, which is in this case, the Alamo home value page. And you're going to get my address. Why do we give that to you? Because now we're going to ask them a question. Why do you need this? And if I click view my report, do we change this page? Let me look at this, guys. I think we might have made a modification, which would be fantastic. Ugh, that's really crazy. Let me look at something. So let me look at something, guys. Yeah, let me go over to leads real fast. So normally in the past with that landing page, we might have made a modification, and of course nobody tells me, because why? Because I'm just talking to people. But I think what it did is something that's new that I've been asking them to get fixed for years. What's the date today? 4/1. Give me a second here. This is where all your leads are. And I'm sorry, I'm not explaining to you what I'm doing, but I'm trying to see this lead, which it should have me as a lead. because, okay, that was 2010. So let's look here. And normally the way the landing page works, this was when? So I didn't even have, it's not in my system yet. So I think there's real issues there. Oh, that's a big issue. Let's do it one more time. Let's go do another landing page. And what happened is the home valuation landing page asks for the address, and then it asks for the email address. People are faced with giving you the email address. Let's do it one more time on this page. They leave. They'd rather give. And that kind of gets to the point of why we use. So this one is reaching in. So it looks like we're grabbing the email. That little flash, that is us. That's an interface with Facebook. And that means that we've been changing this. So in the past, we would ask for the email and it says, oh, I might consider at this price. So we're tweaking this out. I'm just going to say 1,000. And next, oh, now it's asking for my email. So that's strange. Let me go look here. One more time. I'm sorry to be dragging us out, but I just want to see what in the world is happening. When we capture a lead like that, it should be in your leads form immediately, right? So when we did it on Alamo, that lead should have been there. And I was wondering why it wasn't there. And so I went to an older page, and the older page is acting like one of the original ones. So let's go look at this. Yeah. So there I am, Granite Bay. And that Alamo one should have me there looking just like that. Okay. If you click on it, which frankly, that's making me nervous about our landing page right now, but let's click on view details. It will tell me what tool it got the lead from. Right. And I just don't want to wait for that. But the point is, and we have to make sure, there is something called partial lead converter. And I have been telling people it's time to start using that. It does cost $30 a month. And the Google $30 a month. This is getting confusing, but try to bear with me. Often when any consumer gets to this page where it asks for their email, they will leave. Even though it's saying, view my report, they would rather leave than give you a simple email address. Okay. And that's a problem for you. All you have is their address. So what can you do? You can drop things off at their house for months. You could door knock, but that's the problem, right? How do you convert somebody with just a physical address? So when you get an email address, if they leave, you're stuck there. If you use our partial lead converter, that reaches into the cold database and gets their name and email and phone number and emails it to you. You might want that. I would get good with this and make sure and test out your landing page. So here's where I clicked on the lead. And this is telling us that we got the lead from this page, right? So that's a big deal, right? You can see where the lead's coming from. I've got the drip campaign turned on so it can see it's really weird. Free home values submitted from Alamo. Looking dodgy to me. Anyway, so we have talked about how to run an ad on Google. We talked about the landing page. What this is showing me, guys, is if you're going to create a landing page, test it out and make sure it's working and you're getting the leads. Just until when we get off this call, I got to talk to my team. So you can use the nearby homeowner letter from the listings. You can run ads on Facebook. You can run ads on Google. You can use the PDF guides. One thing about the PDF guides, I will tell you this. When you get a listing lead, even if it's an address, you have 40 PDF guides for homeowners. You should print one of these. There are 40 for homeowners. You should print one every week and put your paperclip, your business card, drop in an envelope and door knock those listing leads. You're not going to be getting hundreds and hundreds of listing leads. So you will have time to do that. And we have things on taxes, on probate, and all these things that, estate planning, things that they might want to be thinking of, that you're just adding value. You're just creating value just by dropping it off. If you get a chance to talk to them, great. If you don't, they're going to get in your card and go, wow, this person's really giving me great information. So use the PDF guide, right? I think that's my story, guys. Create the landing pages, test out the landing pages, But you don't need to worry about how the landing page works on Facebook. But I will point this out because it throws people off. When you're running a home valuation ad on Facebook, we're getting the name, email, and phone number, and you want to reach out and text them or email and say, hey, I see that you want your home value. Can I get your address so that I can put that through? And then just drop it in the home valuation landing page, and we'll give them a value now. And in every 30 days, we'll get them an updated value. So there's a lot there, guys. Are there any other questions? I only saw the one question today. Don't forget about custom audience. Let me say one more thing about the custom audience. I mentioned list source, and I mentioned this at the beginning of the call. This is going to be a harder one to think of, but let me explain it to you, and then I'm going to say goodbye. Buy a list of homeowners from your favorite town. Start here, right? Upload that list into Facebook via listings to leads right here with the create audience button. Okay. Also, upload the list to Constant Contact or MailChimp, or maybe your CRM if you can do email blast. Because when I showed you those PDF guides, every one of those has a landing page. Every one of those has an e-flyer for your database. So you can send out to the same group of people that you're running ads on Facebook. You can blast them via your CRM, via your email. Then you can also go over and get our nearby homeowner letter or that just sold report on the back of every home valuation landing page. And you can send out mail, print mail, that is again related. Here, I've got a just sold letter that is related to that town, right? And the nearby homeowner letter, you can remember how I showed you Express Copy could do it. You could also say, hey, Express Copy, I don't want your list. I want my list. And I want you to think about this. Instead of just going out one way, you can hit them in their mailbox. So here's mail to my list. And let's just say I want 100 pieces to go out. And do I have a list? Okay, good. That's really pricey. Oh, 414, sorry. So it's a little more expensive to use up your own list. But here, guys, you're hitting these people in email. You're hitting them in their mailbox. You're hitting them on Facebook, and you can also hit them on Google. You can't target like that. So it seems there will be a cost to get my custom audience and to run the ad. That's totally right, Jack. You might call your lender or title friends and ask them if they can get you a list. Usually that's free. But to run that on Facebook or Google, or to print something and mail it in the mail, there's always a cost for all those. If I have a limited budget to spend money on, I would focus on Facebook only, and I would do just sold ads, pending ads, and landing page ads. And I would just rotate those. Yeah. They're all $50 ads. But because of the price per lead, you're going to get different volumes of leads. But all of those leads, all of those ads are all designed to get you listing leads, pending or under contract, sold, and landing pages. The PDF guides, they are longer converting leads. You can use any of the PDF guide ads that you want, but I would just recommend those three because you have a limited budget, right? Yes, you are welcome. Any other questions, anyone? Thank you for hanging out with me today. This call is being recorded. It will be on our YouTube channel. And I'll send this to you right now to everybody on the call if you're still here. And I hope you downloaded the flyers from the material section. Lean on our support team. Also, make sure you get in the mastermind group. Okay. I didn't mention it, but when you get to the mastermind group, there are 3 names you want to look for. One is Pat Motley. I'm trying to get us there, but it's taken forever. Seems we're having a bad internet day. Yeah, this is our mastermind group. There's a magnifying glass down here, right underneath the banner. And there are 3 names that I really recommend that you look at. Pat Motley, Chris Winstead, and Alicia Pless. You will learn a lot from those 3 pages, from those Dustin Fox as well. But these 3, there's actually, I know the content that they put there that will help you understand ways to use our nearby homeowner letter and how to use it effectively. Thanks so much for joining me here today, guys. Have a great week, and we'll talk soon. Bye bye.